Good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. So, I made this policy not just for my society but also for the country, and this would be titled Liquor Age Restriction and R Distribution, a type of regulatory policy model. So, the cycle of the public policy. First, the information. Nowadays, numerous of minors are engaging in different kinds of beverages with a high percentage of alcohol, which is also a rampant problem not only in my community but also in this country. I have made this policy for young teens and also for the adults who keep drinking with high percent of alcohol with countless hour distribution. This policy addresses the hourly distribution depending on the age bracket of the alcohol drinkers. Minor age 15 to 17 years old are not allowed to drink any kind of hard beverages, alcohol, where this was strictly monitored. However, 18 years old are only allowed to engage in this matter as they are in the legal age and must only drink beverages with low percent of alcohol within our limitation of glass alcohol distribution. Moreover, adult 30 years old above must also have limitation on the distribution of alcoholic beverages according to their age brackets. The age bracket will help to determine the limitation of the span of the hours of distribution. For example, of the liquor age restriction and hour distribution would be 18 years old to 29 years old would only drink 3% of alcohol with only 1.5 hour distribution, while 30 and above will drink 4% or 5% of alcohol in 1/2 of distribution, but it depends on what they want, as long as it was moderate. By this example, it can lessen people who are excessively drinking high percent of alcoholic beverages, and also it can teach them to drink moderately. The next cycle would be the issues of this public policy. Nationally, there was a news pertaining on this policy 10 months ago, which is January 2023. On GMA News pertaining to a man who won the Lak Lak Challenge, in 20 seconds he finished drinking of 50% of alcohol with more than 2 or more glass of alcohol, resulting in his death. Locally, a lot of teenagers as well as adults are accidentally died because of this high percent of alcohol, where Digo City in the Digo City, Davao del Sur is the most popular of vehicle incident in which it caused by overdrunk of alcohol beverages and limitless hour they consume. However, numerous issues pertaining to minors, especially adults, are decidedly drinking any liquor. This result in harming their health, and a lot of the minor engage in early drinking of high percentage of alcohol because of their curiosity or influenced by others. According to the World Health Organization, millions of drinkers or adults, especially adults, are died, and also it can also lead to risk of health problems such as injuries, violence, liver disease, and cancer. This problem has many consequences when it comes to minors, because overuse of alcohol can lead to temptations, especially nowadays when lots of teenagers are already engaged in these risky activities or issues. They are losing their minds and creating bad doings, and some result in health problems, while others use this as their escape from individual problems and addicted to alcohol. Who would be agreed or disagreed with this policy? So, those alcoholic drinkers would disagree on the age bracket and hour distribution because they want limitless hours of on drinking and they wanted satisfaction in alcohol. However, those people who are drinking alcohol immoderately and obeying policy for their own good are those who would highly agree on this policy. This policy would create a better change, and it can change the issue in which this policy would lessen the issues and prevent this from happening again. And through our distribution, it would help to make the way of drinking right. And by age bracket, they have the way to follow the importance of this policy in order to help their health from the alcohols. Therefore, the policy was very crucial for them to drink alcohol beverages moderately and responsibly. So the impacts of this public policy cycling. The implementation of this policy will have an optimistic impact and help to eradicate this kind of problem in society and help to teach the young as well as the adult who are excessively drinking alcohol with no limitation and early distribution. However, this policy is giving bright future to a young who are engaging in a high percentage of alcohol and giving long-term effect in the long run. Furthermore, this impact should be intentionally for those alcoholic drinkers in which it would be a way for them to avoid over-hour distribution of liquor to protect their health and prevent risk problem. There are lots of consequences pertaining in drinking alcohol with a high percentage with limitless hour distribution in which it can create vehicle incident, temptation and crimes. Due to over-hour distribution of alcohol and without identifying age bracket, it will result to these consequences. On the other hand, a lot of alcoholic drinkers, especially adults, are problematic and why they are early engaging in this kind of temptation. I do believe and I do understand that they use this as their escape and their way to solve their problems, but it's not good for them. Moreover, this policy targets over-hour distribution depending on the age bracket of the person. Therefore, it will help to prevent early death and health problems. It is not easy to implement this policy, especially it was all about our distribution, but through its crucial vital role to the society, this policy would be possible to the people who are obeying the importance in order to make their lives healthy and maintain to avoid problem because of the alcohol. This optimistic impact would lead for the betterment of the people. So the next would be the implication of this public policy. This policy will target at all alcoholic drinkers, not just in my community, but in the country, in which liquor age restriction and early distribution would play a vital role in preventing the numerous deaths in the country from the effects of high level of alcohol. This is the essential for getting things right, securing our youth and preventing the early distribution of alcohol to those who fall within the appropriate age ranges. However, the age bracket is the solution to limit their early distribution when they are engaging with liquor, and it will be identify how many hours they have to drink and when they have to stop. Additionally, this policy would be beneficial to the people of our country and save their health by living with no problems of liver cancer or any disease that alcohol is the main cause. Nevertheless, this implies that age restriction is on drinking alcohol and beverages plays a crucial role in protecting our lives and aims to determine the age and its distinct R distribution. Through R distribution, it will help to prevent losing consciousness because of overdosing with high percentage of alcohol. This can only good for the society but also for the sake of the health of public citizens who are still drinking hard percent of alcohol nowadays. Moreover, the policy was to correct people to follow this policy by identifying age bracket and the span of hours distribution they need to do. But in the long run, this policy would produce an optimistic impact by each individuals who are engaging with alcohol beverages. So let's move on to the last cycle of this policy, which would be the imperatives. Before this policy implemented by the government, it should be implemented first in my community, in which the main factor why I created and come up this policy. It is because of the people of my community where a lot of adults as well as teenagers are drinking alcohol beverages that is not good for what age they are, and early in the afternoon they are going to the store and buy beverages with high percent of alcohol. Secondly, if the barangay official would support my policy, I will create a formal letter which with indicated an age bracket and its R distribution addresses to the community store to strictly monitor the alcohol drinkers who are excessive, and with indicated also to not allowing minors to buy penalties and warnings of the sari-sari owner will be accountable instead, or it may cause other imprisonment. Thirdly, the government should endorse and promote this policy, and it will be put in effect as soon as feasible for the benefit of the populace. There are many reasons why individuals might agree this policy, because it is all about the betterment of their health. Nowadays, early drinking alcohol is rampant among the public citizen, and numerous in the street people are drinking near in the highway of the sari-sari store. However, they are losing their minds about it because of the over distribution of alcohol, resulting in many Filipinos not only having health problems but also dying from crimes because of excessively drinking alcohol. Additionally, this policy would be the best way to protect the youth and also avert them from crimes, because there are also some Filipino people who are in the prison because they are losing their minds due to overdrinking alcohol. Therefore, the implementation of this policy should be done as soon as possible to encourage them to obey and follow this importance of the policy. Nevertheless, the development and the success of this policy would be beneficial to those mentioned, to the community, barangay, officials, and the government, and also for the alcohol, for the good of for our alcohol drinkers. That will be all my public policy, and I hope it would be a success for the government and also for the good of our alcohol drinkers. So, the outcome of this policy would help to our young, especially our adults who are excessively drinking alcohol with high percentage, that it can teach them to drink moderately and responsibly. This policy would help them in order to make their lives safe and avoid this risky problem. So, the aim of this policy is to give change sa matag usa, especially sa ato mga alcoholic drinkers, kaning through age bracket to liquor age restriction, which is naa siya age bracket kay maka-identify siya kung pila ka hours lang ang dapat mainom ang isa ka tao. For example, 18 siya. So, kung 18 pa man siya kay nauban jud nga dili nagainom og alcohol, but kaning moderate lang, nagainom mas lag, especially itong mga wine, something nga gamay ra jud kaayo og effect para sa ila. And also, napoy mga inom nga kaning nasubraan. That's why mo na siyang aim sa akong policy is to have age bracket nga makabalo ang tanan nga naapoy hours nga dapat kana nga hour lang mahuman na sila og inom. Kay especially a lot of people diri sa Pilipinas, especially sa akong community nga sayo pa lang sa buntag kaning sayo na kay nagainom sa street and also sa store nga nagsige sila og kaning tambay and mauli na nga pagti nakahubog nga halos di na kauli sa ilang balay maglubog na lang sa kaning maghigda na lang sa dalan ang di na kauli sa ilang balay. That's why if na age bracket og hour distribution kay ma-lessen na itong mga nagainom nga dili mawala sa ilang mga utok o pangutok, and also ma-lessen na ang mga crimes. So this is the importance of my policy, to prevent this happening from the teenagers, especially teenagers, a lot of teenagers na nagainom karon, and also adults nga grabe jud makainom nga limitless jud kaayo nga hantud sa kanus mahuman di lang sila mo stop sa ilang pag-inom, pag niya human naka-legit siya nga, especially atong mga teenagers nga moadto kaning mga lailahi og lain lugar nga layo sa ilaha nga nagamotor and other transportation nga ilang masakyan niya iniguli nila kay hubog kay. That is why maka-cause of incident sa ilaha and maka-risk pa sa ilang kinabuhi. So through this policy makatabang yun siya sa toang komunidad, especially siya sa atoang country, and also for the government. I know there is a previous policy about liquor age restriction, but the importance of my policy is to lessen more nga para dili na tanan ma-aksidente and dili na tanan mabalita sa social media nga nanapoy na aksidente dira nga lugar, and to protect our teenagers also from the temptation, especially curiosity and innocence nila. So if you're questioning po na kaning how to implement this, so by implementing this policy there is a step-by-step process to be able to achieve the success of this policy. So to cooperate people, communicate people, and also cooperate this policy kaning, and it's also istorya dito sa atong barangay officials nga also makatabang siya to lessen my community nga wala na ning kaning masubraan og inom and also mabalita sa sobra ka pala inom. So and also by supporting by the government to improve this policy, it was very honored to my policy nga maka-aim siya og success through the backbone of government and also the barangay officials to be able to prevent this happening and some issues regarding alcoholic super overuse of alcohol beverages. So I know that it is not easy to implement this policy, but through our my dedication to have my community first, it will be lead to success. And that will be all my public policy, and I hope it would be a success for the government and also for the good of our alcohol drinkers. That will be all. Thank you.